Good morning and welcome to the Better Thyself segment of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. We often stare at our smartphones and somehow expect that the answers to our problems are going to come to us magically, as if some miracle is going to happen and all our problems are going to be solved in the tweaking of a finger or the twitching of an eye. As a matter of fact, it never works that way. And you have to remind yourself again and again that in case you are expecting some magic to happen, that in case you feel that things are going to come to you magically, remind yourself it never happens. As a matter of fact, you would find that in this world, the omnipotent thing is not genius. You need not be genius. The world is full of educated derelicts. What is more important is what I'm going to talk about. And that is crux of those 8 words which enables you to go forward and be successful. Now, next time you are sitting, gazing at your smartphone, remind yourself again, A, it's not going to work, and B, find out the reason why you are doing that. One thing, get up and get moving. But these are not the 8 words I'm going to talk to you. The biggest thing that holds us back, all of us, is indecision. We do not take a decision. We are afraid of taking a decision. This can be just physical laziness or psychological incapability to take a decision. There can be a sense of complacency. There can also be sitting still and, believe it or not, something still worse, taking very, very tepid, lukewarm, half-hearted, uninspired action, which is simply not going to get the job done. As a matter of fact, the worst thing is taking action which is not sufficient enough. You think you are taking action, you think you are working, but you are not working. You are not taking action. Uninspired, half-hearted action is worse than taking no action at all. I've seen it manifest itself many times. I've seen so many intelligent people's career, dreams crash. And because, for one reason, that they were not persistent. As I said earlier, talent will not help you. It is a contributing factor. Genius will not help you. It's a contributing factor. But your determination, your persistence, these are the factors which are going to help you. And people make the same mistake again and again. I'm educated. I have contacts. I can do it. No, that's not enough. The biggest problem is people don't know how to communicate with themselves. When they cannot communicate with themselves, they cannot act. And all the failures in life are because of failure to have self-communication. And all of us try to say and do say parrot-like, well, we actually improve and learn from our mistakes. Yes, we do. But do we really learn? If we had, or the humanity itself had learned from the mistakes, there would have been no wars by now. People would not be self-centered. People would not be greedy. People would not be covetous. People would not be mean. So who says we learn by our mistakes? For millennials and centuries, we have been doing the same thing again and again. We have been saying and acting in a manner that is the way we were acting and saying at the beginning of the world. And this lack of communication with ourselves hampers our determination, hampers our persistence. And then I thought how to get over that. And one day I saw a movie, The Boiler Room. And one line from that movie struck me. I was not very old at that time, and I was watching a movie not on DVD, not on VCR, because at that time there were no VCRs and no DVD. But I had gone to that movie with my dad, not even a teenager. And we were seeing this movie in a boiler room, sitting in my box, in the box of my dad, He had a box. At those days, the movie theater used to have boxes for the people who mattered. And then this line was uttered by the protagonist. I heard this line. I liked it. I didn't like the way because of the words in that, honestly. But the way the actor said it, uttered these lines, that made me wake up. And after the movie was over, my dad asked me, what do you think of that line? I repeated that line, and then I thought, wow, this is what I've got to do. The line was simple. Get off your ass and make it happen. So these are the 8 words which woke me up to realize my potential. And that has become my mantra. Now these 8 words, get off your ass and make it happen, is a mantra which can transform your life. Get you out of lethargy, get you out of complacency, get you out of the state of indecision, get you out of that act of tepid, lukewarm, half-hearted action. Get you into the battle of life with a thought, an idea, and a decision to win. Get off your ass and make it happen was a mantra that I learned that day, that afternoon, in that darkened theater, and became my mantra, and it has been successful. You see, we become so complacent that we don't want to say what we want. And when we don't utter what we want, we don't get what we want. And sometimes we stop right there and don't think about it, that there could be a more effective way. Worse still, we stop altogether and give it up. But when we say get off your ass and make it happen, it's focusing on taking action. The only thing worse than starting something and failing is not starting something at all. But this statement, get off your ass and make it happen, is a kick in the butt. And part of the living today in this digital world is thinking that everything is going to come to us instantly. We expect things to happen the way we get Instagram or WhatsApp messages. No matter what your age, reflect on these 8 words. Get off your ass and make it happen. And then see that the reality of life is not the inexplicable speed of Instagram message. But just marvel at the fact that somebody in Melbourne can send you a message that is instantly received by somebody in Iceland. Communication at the speed of now. So if that communication has expanded externally, why not expand that communication internally? Thought comes, a decision taken, then what hinders you from getting off your ass and then making it happen? That's a way you will achieve success without burning out. People ask me, are you not burned out? Are you not tired? How can I be burned out? Because every second is a new challenge. Every second I have to get off my ass and make it happen. All the pain and the misery, all the troubles, all the ailments will not hinder me because I have to get off my ass and make things happen. And, when you are not burned out, we keeping these 8 words in focus, I can meet my obligations. And then, when you're doing that, you're not running around like a chicken with a head cut off. Yes, I have seen the chicken, you cut off that and it starts starting without direction. No, you have to start planning. And that's where people get it wrong. They put together a plan thinking it won't change and then end up terribly when the plan falls apart. No plan is there carved in stone. Remember that. So that's why when you're getting off your ass and making it happen, the plan would change according to the needs, to the circumstances, to the requirements, to the parameters that keep on changing. Life changes, times change, circumstances change. And every second there can be an alteration in the plan. So the plans have got to be modified and altered because of the changes. So what you have got to do is to bake in every plan the values that you carry and the values that carry you. And in action, it is getting off your ass and making things happen. That enables you to flourish and sustain. When you think that you are hit with a setback, you might think you are devastated. You are not. But if you don't get off your ass, you don't decide to make it happen, then of course you are receiving a real setback. Values like persistence, perseverance, hard work, optimism, courage and hope. These are the values enshrined in these 8 words. These 8 words. As I said, again I repeat it. These 8 words cover the values, persistence, perseverance, hard work, optimism, courage, and hope. Because then you say you're going to make it happen, you're going to make it happen. And your self-confidence is going to explode. It's going to be nuclear fission in your mind. And when that nuclear fission takes place, things are bound to happen. There is no reason why they should not happen. So what are you waiting for? Come on, get up. The word is not going to come to you. There are too many other qualified people, capable people who have got off their asses and are making things happen. So why don't you do it? You can't just sit around and function at lukewarm manners. Get inspired. Get fired up. Most important is get fired up with persistence, perseverance, with hard work, with optimism, with courage and hope. Success is yours. So get off your ass. Get off your ass and make it happen. Let this mantra guide you. Thank you.